Welcome to AC 24/7. I'm Aaron Dean. These winter storms have been deadly, with millions under various alerts Thursday and another wave of extreme cold and snow ahead of this weekend. The Advocate Channel's Laura Aguirre has more.
The extreme winter weather and frigid temperatures felt coast to coast this week can come with hefty costs, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. NOAA estimated overall damages and costs of a northeast winter storm and cold wave last February that produced some of the coldest wind chills in U.S. history at about $1.8 billion. A cold snap that knocked out power to customers from Texas to Maine in December 2022 cost about $8.7 billion. Tama Carlton is an environmental and resource economist at the University of California, Santa Barbara. She says there can be individual household costs for the extreme cold.
If you work in a sector that requires you to be outside, like construction or mining or agriculture, it's probably a lot harder to do your job in these events. And so that affects household incomes as well as labor supply and productivity in those sectors.
Higher heating costs, even for just a week or two, can pose a challenge and risks.
We should be thinking about the households who are forced to trade off increased health risk from this cold event against paying more money to keep the home warmer.
Extreme cold can also take a toll on crops and put stress on livestock, which could eventually push up grocery prices. The current stretch has also been tough for airlines and passengers. Last weekend saw more than 6,000 cancellations around the U.S. Saturday through Monday, according to FlightAware. And when a flight is canceled, airlines are required to provide refunds. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
January 19th is the last day of funding for segments of the federal government. That's unless lawmakers can prevent a partial government shutdown. It would affect military construction, veterans, transportation, the Energy Department, and more. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says that his chamber should be able to vote on and pass a stopgap measure today. But the sticking point is that the House Republicans want to address immigration first. The Supreme Court's conservative supermajority is taking on a long-standing legal doctrine that gives federal agencies wide latitude to create policies and regulations in various areas of life. The justices spent several hours Wednesday discussing two cases related to the so-called Chevron defense, which emerged from a 1984 case. Oral arguments in the first case went well beyond the allotted hour, with the conservatives signaling a willingness to overturn the decades-old case. However, their liberal colleagues sounded the alarm on how such a reversal would upend how the federal government enforces all kinds of regulations. Texas authorities started arresting adult migrants at the public park in Eagle Pass late Wednesday evening. The Texas Department of Public Safety posted a video of arrest on the social media platform now known as X. Lieutenant Chris Alvarez said that these are the first migrant arrest at the park since the state took custody and control of the area a week ago. The migrants are being charged with criminal trespassing, and according to the lieutenant, migrant families and children are being handed over to U.S. Border Patrol. President Joe Biden is heading to North Carolina to talk Bidenomics, where he will announce $82 million in new investments. The money will be used to connect thousands of homes and businesses to high-speed internet. In the meantime, Biden's campaign believes that the president can flip the battleground state blue in his run for a second term. The last Democratic presidential candidate to win North Carolina was Barack Obama in 2008. The House Homeland Security Committee plans to vote on an impeachment resolution for Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas on January 31st. Republicans are pushing to impeach over the border crisis. In a recent hearing, they lambasted him over what they claim is a deregulation of duty as border crossings have reached record highs. They claim he has refused to enforce the country's immigration laws and enacted policies that make Americans less safe. Democrats have blasted the move as partisan politics. If successful, Mayorkas would be only the second cabinet official impeached in American history. And be sure to download the Advocate Channel app on your phone or smart TV. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok for the latest updates, and even subscribe to us on YouTube. There's more Advocate Channel entertainment and news coming up after this break.